Hey, peace, fam. Absolute salute, man. This book do not stop. Stupid hot. Page 72. The Protestant and Baptist religions. Oh, yeah. That's your favorite right there. The Protestant religions in America have always reflected the values and morals of the dominant white society. Beginning in 1619, the Protestant denominations accepted and supported secular decisions to enslave and exploit blacks as a separate labor class for the betterment of the developing white nation. The church was a cultural center and promoted white unity while dividing blacks between the pagans and the Christians, the domestics and the field workers, the docile and the unruly. Protestant ministers finessed the theological teachings of the oneness of man by dividing theory into the present and the hereafter. They taught that in the present world, blacks were inferior beings. Faithful slaves were to accept their lot in life, be obedient to their white masters, and souls would find equality with whites in the next world. Damn. Following the French and Indian War, Quakers became increasingly sensitive about their socioeconomic relationship with slavery, but did not openly demand an end to slavery until much later when they resolved to neither buy nor sell slaves. Protestants in general stayed loyal to the secular public policy of black enslavement, even though a few sects felt black slavery was morally wrong. Since the wealth produced by slavery was primarily in the South, they saw slavery as an economic issue. The Protestant and Baptist churches practiced the philosophy that the enslavement and exploitation of blacks were part of the South and its religious norms. The moral questions of slavery and race were either ignored or justified by the use of biblical references that were included in the King James versions of the Bible that was written after England officially approved black slave trading in the year 1618. It's right there. I underlined it all. For the Southern churchgoers and ministers, the Christian principles of the Bible were intertwined with the higher calling to protect the privileged and superior class of whites in the South. Christianity became an intolerable doctrine unless translated into Southern Christianity. And in the 1840s, Southern Baptist and Methodist congregations seeded from the national groups seceded from the national groups and formed Southern denominations whose ministers and teachings would not question the rightness of the Southern course and would call God and the Bible to the defense of human slavery. Secular white society felt black slavery was indispensable to their way of life and insisted that since God had marked blacks as Noah's curse of Ham, the church's primary duty was to offer theological justifications for the existence of the peculiar institution, and they did until the 1800s when the religious justification was replaced by biological and genetic justifications. There, I had to read that part because we sit there and cling to being Baptist and say we love Jesus and in a relationship with Jesus and we know God. No, we don't, man. Unless you're looking in the mirror. Peace, fam. Absolute salute. But now you know the devil. Now you know the devil. What you gonna do about it? Huh?